Yeah. Flicker. Be with me. I seen it big on flexing for Gianos in the parking lot. Hanging with the dealers, I just went and bought another watch. I just made a super stretch, think I need another pint. The Bougie got some super cat, I just bought another watch. Automatics and baguettes, yeah, that's a super flex. About to turn up on my ex, yeah, that's a super flex.
Wish everybody shalom. I want to wish you pleasant greetings in the name of the Most High. I want you all to understand that if you don't have a relationship with the Most High, then you need to go and get one. Time's up. It's time for you to do the right thing. No one is going to keep talking to you over and over again for you to finally figure out that we are at a point where you need to have a very close relationship with the Creator so that you can understand everything that you're seeing around you. Those are the things that you need to make sure of right now. Hold on a second, y'all. I see because I'm doing this one last time, some people just want to be in the show. But what you're going to find out is when I say I don't play, I don't play. So y'all don't mind for 1 second. I'll be right back. If I had the pen of pain, it would be all over you. Do you understand? Okay, all right. I hate to sound like a Tony Baker video, but you asked for it. Sit your monkey ass down. There'll be no more of that. Now that I have everybody's undivided attention, including the Doberman Pinscher, I would like to let you all know that tonight you're in tune to the last social media edition of Factz over Feelingz. Tonight will be the last time that I'll come before you. I've been coming before you now for about 3 years now. I remember when we started way back in 2017 with the forecast about the eclipse and all of that. And that's how the whole thing got started. And look at where we are now. In 2020, we have been rolling along, and we've gone from our little small group of dedicated people who used to be here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, to now over 100,000 people who, for some strange reason, feel like this is the place to be, that this is where they think that they can hear from the Creator, that without anybody pulling any string, without anybody trying to pimp you for your money, without anybody trying to pimp you over your ignorance. No one is trying to do that here simply to enlighten you. We've been here for quite some time. And there used to be a time when we could say whatever we wanted to say and nobody would bother us. And then there was a time when we started noticing things started disappearing. Things started being censored. Things started being blocked. Certain individuals, it appeared, could say and show anything, and we couldn't. There was a bias that was beginning at the social media company that was Facebook, which somehow then bled over to the ownership that they had for Instagram. Unfortunately, if you all remember, back before the quarantine, I did a show called The Communist, The Comet, and The Conspiracy. Do you all remember what happened? They pulled the plug right in the middle of me talking, which had never happened ever in the history of my 7 years at the time on Instagram, which further let me know that it was time for me to go. So tonight, I'll give you one last teaching. I'll give you one last piece of advice. I'll make it one last available to you for you to pick up whatever it is you think that you haven't picked up so that you don't have to go through this anymore. If you look on the profile of this Instagram account, you will see a link to my YouTube channel. You might want to go check it out now before I'm gone. At that particular point, you will only be able to find me on my YouTube channel for a little while. And then from there, we're off into BlackTube, which is something that you must be a member to be able to join or to see. I feel sorry that I have to take fact over feelings and the morning mental away from you on the regular basis, but apparently there's too many snakes in the grass and too many people who are eating off of the message when my message was never meant to be eaten off of to start with it. The truth should be told, never to be sold. So tonight I'm going to talk a little bit about a few things, and then you all know how we leave up out of here. And the next time I see you will be on YouTube at the same time on the YouTube channel. If you intend to follow me or wait after that, if that you so desire, then you will then be given directions of how you enter into that particular place. First thing I want to start off tonight, besides giving praise to the Most High, is I want to tell you all a small story about a group of people, a group of black people, who decided that they wasn't going to have it anymore, who decided to talk amongst themselves like adults, organize themselves, be dedicated to the cause, and be willing to put themselves on the line. They decided to do this in a place that was notorious for its racism, notorious for its abuse of African American people. And they went up there, and that was Stone Mountain, on July 4th, which was a holiday that we don't celebrate because we were slaves in 1776. And when we went up there, the white folks didn't notice. They were caught off guard. They didn't even want to talk about it because the implications were too scary. Even people in important places were asking, how is it possible that something like this got under the radar? How did we not know that something like this existed right up under our noses? What is going on? That was to be expected. What wasn't to be expected was the paranoid response by the black community itself. They asked themselves the same question. Where did this come from? How could this have existed right up under our noses? And we who thought we knew better knew nothing about it. So they had a paranoid response. Some responded out of fear. Some responded out of ignorance. Most responded out of some form of a little bit of both. There was some jealousy and some envy and a lot of the same old emotions that play out all the time. But the bottom line was nobody saw it coming. You were a part of that. You should feel good today because today the superior race, as they call themselves, those who are in power, those who hold all the land, all the wealth, the ones that want you to believe that you didn't invent anything, the ones that want you to believe that the arts came from them, the ones that want you to believe that the great literary works came from them, attempted to do today what we did 45 days ago. Not what we did on July 25th in Louisville, what we did in Stone Mountain. They attempted that today, and in case you haven't heard the news, it was a goddamn circus. I am not about to dig into the details. I had too much fun laughing all day long. I had too much fun watching the reports come in. I had too much fun remembering what I saw when I was in Stone Mountain, along with the black folks that were there of the NFAC. And what I witnessed today, was downright chaos, comedy, and confusion. They even shot themselves. Everything that they accused us of doing, every nasty insult that they hurled at us, turned around and proved true about them. This is a teachable moment, people, because if this right here was an example of what they tell you about you is true about them, then why can't you see that everything else that they tell you about you is not true about you, but true about them? They want you to believe that you're violent when they're violent. They want you to believe that you're lazy and you're liars when the fact is they're lazy and they're liars. They want you to believe that you're inept and that you're liable to be unsafe and untrained and shoot yourselves. Well, they've done that too. And by the way, yes, I have the video. Oh, you know the video was going to come out. You know somebody caught the discharge on film. The same way that they took that same energy and tried to make it look like we were a bunch of reckless black people, I hope they used that same energy, because there wasn't even that many of you. We had more people than you, and we had one discharge. You had 30 people, and you still shot somebody. So please, don't come at me like that. This is a day of... It's not even facts over feelings right now. It's karma over the dealings right now. Karma over everything that's been dealt is coming back at you. Y'all can sit there and be cute if you want to, but you know you need to agree with me right now. I know if somebody got their face scrunched up because they cannot believe that everything that they accuse us of turned around and happened to them. Oh, they was out there fighting. No, it was her. They chased them down the street. They had to hide in the library. They hid. We ain't never ran from nobody, and we ain't hid from nobody, and we not not about to start. Not only that, y'all had guns. Remember? Real guns that y'all supposed to be experts at shooting. Remember? So keep that same energy, because today is our day. Today was our day to celebrate. Today was our day to sit back and show you this is what we're talking about. You see, now y'all understand why I always tell y'all we're not a gang. We're not a mob. We're not some street operation. We are a constitutional militia. And if you have not studied the law, if you are incapable of reading the Constitution, if you don't know anything about judicial law, if you know nothing about citizen responsibility and empowerment, then you don't have any business saying that you know anything about a militia. You can join one, but you need to understand what a militia is. It's not a social club. It's not a gun club. It's none of those things. So stop expecting things out of a militia that you expect from a gun club or a club that's there to train you or something like that. That's not what a militia is. A group of citizens who have picked up arms, banded together to go make a point. Everything else just kind of gets picked up as you go along. You understand what I'm saying? Militias can be called up under the Constitution to fight alongside the military. Mobs aren't called up. Gangs aren't called up. Militias are called up. Militias can go on to become police forces. Militias can become the police force for the black community if we structure it as so. There are people right now sitting around in every state forming their own chapters to be a part of a consolidated militia. Now, what you must understand is there are those of us amongst us who don't feel that way. So I thought I would dedicate my last show tonight as a recap of the 6 types of things that I'm going to leave you to be on the guard for after I'm gone. I told you